You wanna ask me what is in menu today, Alex? Probably some exercise that could save my life. And you're down again right. So very often I receive a question, Alex, how it could be that you are almost 2 meters high and you have this nice and upright posture when the majority of people look like so? The answer is very simple. I don't have it. I don't have a perfect posture, so my posture can change from this one to this one. The secret is just to be able to switch between different positions, so you are not reasonable to stay in one and get tight, because once again our body is made to be moved. So let's just give our body exactly what it's need. Come here. But before I will show you the exercise that I want to share with you, my secret weapon, let's realize what we need to do first, how we need to do it, and how to make it more efficient and effective. So we all know that sitting, we call it new smoking. What does it mean? That smoking cigarette wouldn't kill you if you smoke one cigarette, but if you will do it continuously, repeatedly, okay, for a long period of time, it will affect changes in your body. It will harm you in the way that you will be not able to restore it. So what I mean, we know that sitting, especially for tall guys with a long limb, will affect our hip flexors. So just spending a few hours in this position will make those muscles super short and tight. So when you will stand up, there is a high chance that your glutes wouldn't create a hip extension, rather you will create overlordosis. So in reality, this side is staying tight. Here you just compensating with your lower back. So it's a reason number one. So the second one problem, just because we spend all time is in internal rotation. So our arms, when you write it, when you're using a mouse or computer, when you drive in a car, when you're doing a bench press, everything is in internal rotation. The third region is our thoracic spine. So we know that our thoracic region should be able to bend and extend and should be able to rotate. Otherwise, everything, the lack of movement here will be once again compensating in your lower back when you will try to do something. So, what is our first step? So there is a ton of information what you need to do with your hip flexors just to minimize harm effect of sitting. So very popular stretches is a couch stretch. Why it's called couch stretch? Because everyone is able to do it. We have a couch behind our body. The key factor here is to engage your core muscles. So we don't want to lose the relationship, the position of your pelvis compared to your rib cage. Because at the moment when I will lose my core muscle, I will just, yes, I will affect this place. I will stretch this muscle, but I would not create a proper movement here. So yeah, I can extend my lower back and just put my pelvis to a tilt position and just go further. But what we are looking for, so first, take care of position of your pelvis. So we want to fight with this position. We want to get rid of this simultaneously, pelvic tilt. Voila. First, make sure that you tuck your pelvis under your rib cage. And maybe even now in this position, you will feel tension here, that something is stretching. And now, without losing core muscles, without losing the position of my pelvis, I'm trying to squeeze my glute. So the tension inside my glute muscle, huge one, should be more than the tension of a hip flexor. So it's a very small muscle and it should be able to push through. So this movement should happen when we are walking. So that's why people who spend a lot of time, many hours of sitting, when they will stand up and try to run, after some period of time, they can affect pain in lower back or sometimes impingement, and even they can stop feeling right or left leg. Yeah, even worse, and sometimes you will need a surgery or rehabilitation. So first step, learn how to squeeze the glutes, keep your core tight, and slowly, by squeezing your glutes, Yeah, so you can see here is my limit. If I'm doing it correctly, yeah, it's my maximum. But if I will lose it, I can go all the way. So the second exercise that I'm giving to my clients, let's just find something. It's called external rotation of the knee. So we just want to get rid of this position. Just make the muscles on the posterior side of your shoulder capsule stronger and build some relationship with your scapula. So how it looks like? I don't want my arm to be in the air, so I want to find a nice position in which I can really focus on creating external rotation rather than just holding my arm in one position. So that's why we use our knee. So I'm just imagine that I have one plane of motion from my elbow to my shoulder. So you see, it's my limit. So we are reaching like 90 degrees. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. So at the beginning, just focus on slowly bringing your arm in. You will target both internal and external rotation. What we don't want to see, we don't want to see your wrist trying to compensate, and we don't want to see your shoulder collapsing too much inside. And number 3, our thoracic spine, thoracic region. So the easiest solution you can find on the internet is just to open your rib cage. So usually we are looking for lower trap engagement and for extension in our upper back. So between hours of work, you can stand up from a chair and use it to work on extension in your upper region. So I don't want you to do every day all of those exercises. It's only a beginning. We want to get rid of those problems. So as soon as you cannot reject your job, because guys in IT are earning a lot of money. So my recommendation, first one, buy a standing sitting desk. So you can spend a few hours standing and a few hours of sitting. The second advice, buy a home treadmill. So when you will stand up and work, you can create some movement. So your body wouldn't feel so stiff inside. And you will have an additional movement, additional steps, your posture, everything, your spine, your bones will be saved and protected. But not everyone can do it. So I will show you an exercise that affects both, like 3 areas, and we can make it stronger by creating a proper movement. Alex, what is the exercise? 1 second. And our secret weapon will be half kneeling, single arm dumbbell shoulder press. So as you may see, position is very similar to a coach stretch. My hip flexors are stretching, my glutes are engaged, my core are engaged, my core is engaged. So what is happening here? We are looking for external rotation. So now, when I reach this external rotation, I'm placing here some load. So when you realize how to open your arm, let's just add something here. So we are targeting the second region. And the third one, we need to create a pushing movement. So it will require a good thoracic mobility. So this exercise will force me to engage my core, squeeze my glute, to stretch this side, to open my chest, to work in the external position, and being able to bring your arm over your head will force you to realize how to use your thoracic spine. So that's why using only one exercise, adding it to your training routine, in addition to our usual presses, or instead of using machine, will help you to reach this nice and upright posture. Try it at least 1 time in a week. Let me know if you need help with other regions in your body, and I will help you too, like I help thousands of people. Stay tuned.